Twins have proven beyond reasonable doubt that they are a mixed blessing. These following stories will definitely show the good and the bad side of twins. The other twin in his stomach. A 36-year-old Indian man, Sanju Bhagat, had a bulge in his belly, making him look like he was 9 months pregnant. One night his condition became worse and he was rushed to the hospital in an ambulance. The doctor explained how shocked he was when he felt a creature in his stomach. Sanju had an unusual medical condition known as fetus in fetu. This happens early in a twin pregnancy when one fetus wraps around and encloses the other. Sanju was pregnant for 36 years and delivered his twin. One of the popular identical female twins, known as the Croatian Kardashians, Sara Jovic, a 22-year-old, was suspected of stabbing her twin sister Dejana over a man. A witness said the man in question seemed to have been dating Dejana, but Sarah was jealous of her sister's relationship. During the fight, Sarah claimed to have acted in self-defense by stabbing her sister, who also tried to strangle her. It has been said that both twins were always competing with each other over everything, especially with regards to their beauty. Dejana was said to be recovering slowly while Sarah was arrested and sued for attempted murder. Taking turns in prison. 43-year-old twin brothers Ronald and Donald Anderson demonstrated sincere love for one another by taking each other's place in jail. Donald also switched with his brother in the US Army so Ronald could be free to travel. Later on, Ronald was sentenced to 6 months in prison for the assault of his wife Brenda. He was arrested after the attack and was jailed. Donald then traveled to Korea to be imprisoned in place of his twin brother. However, Ventura County authorities discovered it was Ronald's twin brother who was serving the 6-month jail term. They released Donald from prison and re-sentenced Ronald to 14 years in state prison with a case that first exposed their jail switch. June and Jennifer Gibbons were called the Silent Twins, as the girls decided not to talk to anyone but each other. They devised a secret language to communicate with each other alone. Thus, they separated themselves from family, friends, classmates, and teachers. Though it started as a game, the longer it went on, the more trapped they became. The twins became the youngest patients at Britain's high-security psychiatric hospital when they were caught destroying properties. 12 years later, they were released, but they have decided that the only way they could survive was for one of them to die. In 1993, Jennifer was rushed to a hospital and pronounced dead of serious myocarditis. Identical twins were imprisoned for separate murders committed individually. The brothers, Stephen and Robert Sapolsky, were said to have killed people on different occasions without involving each other. Stephen even claimed he never knew his brother was also a murderer until he received information that Robert had murdered 4 people. Stephen himself was jailed for 8 years for stabbing and murdering a New York store owner in 1971 when he was 16 years old. He was jailed again until 1999 for robbery and kidnapping. However, his brother Robert was sentenced to 100 years in prison for killing 3 women and a man. Jewelry worth $6.8 million was stolen, but the surveillance camera caught the 3 thieves in masks and gloves. They escaped, but DNA was discovered from a sweat drop on a latex glove thrown away by one of the thieves. The computer identified Hassan and Abbas O, who were unemployed identical twin brothers. They were Lebanese, but had lived in Germany for 26 years. It was evident that at least one of the twins participated in the crime, yet they could not be convicted since the test could not establish which of them owns that particular DNA, and they were let go. Lucy and Mariah Aylmer are twins who were born with totally different skin colors. One of the sisters has straight ginger hair, dark blue eyes, and a fair complexion. while the other has curly hair, sparkling brown eyes, and darker skin. They were in no way identical, thus it was difficult to tell if they were actually twins. Their mother was half Jamaican, and she was dark, while their father was a white man. Hence, the couple gave birth to a white and black twin in 1997. Funnily enough, none of their other siblings had either of their skin color. Rather, they were in between the twins' color. Diane and Darlene Nettermeyer were identical twin sisters who fell in love and got married to identical twin brothers, Craig and Mark Sanders, and then the two couples gave birth to identical twins. The Sanders twins met the twin sisters at an annual Twin Day, where genetically identical siblings come together to celebrate twin siblings. The set of twins fell in love, and the two couples later gave birth to identical twins too. While Diane and Craig had male identical twins, Darlene and Mark gave birth to identical female twins. The world's oldest identical twins, Florence Davies and Glenys Thomas, have one of the strongest bonds. The twins were 103 years old and they lived through the First and Second World Wars. Since November 22, 1911, the twins have lived all their lives in Caerphilly, South Wales, where they were born. In their early 20s, the twins worked for wealthy families by cleaning rich people's homes. Glenys was the first to get married, and Florence got married at age 25. Fate brought twin brothers together after 41 years of being separated. A man called Huang Yong met Lu Yonggang, the manager of a bus company, at a restaurant, and was amazed that Lu and his friend looked so much alike. He quickly arranged for Lu and Zheng to meet and discovered that they were twins born to a very poor family who had given them away to different families because they could not cater for them. They later became reunited with their 74-year-old mother. The separated twins with the same life. 41-year-old Dr. Thomas Bouchard, a psychologist of the University of Minnesota, carried out critical research about twins who were raised in different environments. He came across identical male twins, Jess Lewis's and Ernest Springer's, who were separated by adoption after only 3 weeks from their birth and suddenly found each other at the age of 39. It was discovered that both were named James by the parents who adopted them. They both loved math and carpentry, but hated spelling in school, and they had related jobs and similar marriage issues. The perfect test score. The genius identical twin brothers Brian and Ross Duvall both earned perfect scores on their ACT entrance examinations. Apart from being identical, they took the same classes and both achieved unusual success in their academies. They earned perfect scores on their ACT entrance examinations. People who knew them, including their former teacher, said that it was not surprising that they both achieved that result because they compete when it comes to academics. The Ferris twins were accused of being sexually close to each other. Popular former Brazilian swimmers Bia and Branca Ferris were very close twins, so close that a series of controversies regarding their sexuality started to trail after them. People accused them of taking some sexually inciting photographs together. The twins began their athletic career at a very tender age and became world-acclaimed swimmers. They later became models and actresses, as well as becoming MTV presenters. Twins who were worlds apart. Anaïs Bourdier and Samantha Futterman were twin sisters who were raised by different adoptive parents. Anaïs grew up in Paris, while Samantha grew up in New Jersey. Anaïs was shown a surprising YouTube video of an American actress who looked, sounded, and acted exactly like her. Anaïs contacted the actress through Facebook, and they discovered they were born on the same day in the same small South Korean town. When Samantha met Anaïs, she was incredibly surprised to meet someone who looked exactly like her. They took a DNA test that proved they were separated at birth in South Korea. twins with different birthdays. Maria Elliott and Chris Elliott were not sure whether the twin daughters they were expecting would make it. However, one of the twins was born prematurely. Since she was just 4 months premature, she was incubated while Katie was struggling to survive in the womb. Exactly 87 days later, Katie was born, becoming the longest interval between the births of twins. Therefore, the couple contacted Guinness World Records to claim that particular accomplishment. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe.